welcome to my channel and also back to my vlog of doing this diamond painting. So this is a Heaven and Earth Designs cross stitch conversion of the picture Dragon Race into the Night by Rose Khan, and yeah, I'm converting it into a diamond painting. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you might want to check out this playlist because that explains everything. But for everybody else, welcome back. It is October the 7th, so it's been a while. It's been 3 weeks, I think, if I recall, because I've been on holiday. Right, let's get stuck straight in. So 3:10, let me just do that. I thought, I'm starting on the 3 blocks again. I thought I'd be brave. I actually remembered what happened last time, the nightmare, because last time I tried to do 3 blocks first, before a warm-up, and obviously I've not done it for 3 weeks. I made a right mess of it. But yeah, I've put some little marks in here to help me remember where the block, where the individual shapes are. And I've made sure I've got all 10 squares selected in my pattern keeper. So yeah, let's just get straight into this. But yeah, I've been on holiday. Well, it was my staycation, which if you've been watching this before, you'll know because I've mentioned it before. But it was very nice. It was, obviously, we didn't go, we spent part of it. I went just to, we did a few days the first week because, we were supposed to be going to America, but obviously we cancelled that because, there was no flights. They're starting them next month again, so hopefully by the time it comes around to next year and I'm ready for my holiday, things will be back to normal-ish. But for now, we decided just to stay home because going to even Europe is just, there's so much hassle. There's all these, you have to take all the tests and everything. 3-6. So I always have to be really careful when I first start, because if I mess up at the beginning, it messes up everything. Right, I'm going to tick that off. So instead of going to hot and balmy America for my holiday, right, so I can go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Instead of doing that, we stayed home, and I went to, well, we had a little, the first week, went to a little sort of, it was a hotel, but it was like bed and breakfast because they had like this little annex outside of like just a few rooms that was in its own individual little building. It was very cute, and it was very it was a bit more private because you're not schlepping through a hotel lobby every time, and at a time when you want to be a bit more antisocial with like mixing with the unwashed masses. Just no, I've done that wrong. That wasn't meant to be won over. So that was quite good. It was like a nice compromise because we had all the benefits of a hotel. Oh, I'm pressing too hard. I think I've scratched that now. Yeah, so it had all the benefits of a hotel, but like the access to our room was external, so it was quite nice. And we had lovely weather. It wasn't very exciting. It was a place only just outside London, really. We have a circular motorway, or freeway for if you're overseas, and called the M25. Look, it's a ring road around London, and we only just went outside of that to a place called Amersham, which is actually on the tube line, subway, and it's like the last stop. It's in the middle of nowhere, and it's just a small. It's a small sort of typical English modern town, but there's somewhere called Old Amersham, which is literally just down the hill. It's bizarre. I swear you can only get things like this in England, where you have old mixing with new, and it's literally like 10 minutes walk, and it was like you was in some country village. It's a very English thing. Like you go through the city of London, and there'll be like some really sort of ancient historic church, and right next door will be some sort of multinational bank in a modern skyscraper. It would we always mix our really old with our really modern. Anyway, so yeah, so we stayed in the old Amersham area, and yeah, it really was like being out in the countryside. It was so bizarre. I've never actually been there before, but I did research it as a place to where is a nice place, and it was about an hour and a quarter drive from London, even though we could have got the train. We just wanted the flexibility of a car because we'd never been there. It's like, if it's rubbish, at least we can go out for the day. And it had a few pubs and a few restaurants, a lot of money. There was a lot of fancy cars there. cars that was more expensive than what I could earn in a couple of years, probably. Do you know what I mean? Proper cars. Proper fancy posh cars. And there was all sporty ones as well. So, but that was nice, and we had nice weather for it. In fact, if I remember, I'll put a picture in here. We went for a little walk. Well, we went for a couple of little walks, but I'll put a picture here where we was walking through the field, and like literally, like you can see the church, and that was where we were staying. Well, not in the church, obviously. It was a hotel opposite the church. But yeah, it was very nice, and to be honest, it was just about getting out of London and, you know, having a change of scene for a few days. Put that there. So this is 310. Did I say that I was doing 310? I'm doing 310. These 3 squares only use 4 colours. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we had lovely weather for it, which meant we could actually go out for walks, which was nice because we are quite walkers. I mean, we don't do like this whole serious hill walking thing, hikes. We don't do proper hikes or anything, but we do like to go out for a walk. You know, that's how we explore. Right, that's 310 done already. And next, I think I will do, what else do we not have a lot of? Let's do 823. Yeah, so, you know, it was just about, you know, change of scenery more than anything else. And because even if you have a staycation and like you do things like in your own home, you go out for the day or whatever, but it's still not quite the same because you're still coming home to those same 4 walls, aren't you? So 1, 2. So that was nice. We did that. That was 4 days away. And then the second week we just kind of went out and about. Let me tick off these before I forget. We just went out about where we lived. We actually didn't so much. I was saying, oh, we can do like all the London attractions and things like that. We didn't. 3, 5. So I'm a bit croaky, even though it's like 10:30. I have a bit croaky voice on still. I haven't been talking much. But yeah, we didn't really. We we did do days out, but it wasn't to like tourist attractions. It was actually we did a bit of local stuff, like really local. Like we've got a really big park that's quite near me. I mean, it's about 1.5 miles away, but they've got like deer and budgies and all this sort of. Oh, that's got a. I could see it. I didn't spot it in the tray. It's got one of those air bubble things in it. And goats and all this sort of, you know, it's like a city farm. So we walked up there and there was a nice restaurant, sort of pub restaurant thing. And because the weather had been so nice, we was able to sit and eat outside. So we did things like that. Did a bit of shopping because it was the other half's birthday. I think I mentioned that as well, haven't I? That we've got the wrong chromosome. I hate shopping, but he loves it. But yeah, I sucked it up because he wanted to buy his, like, you know, everybody was giving him money for his birthday because that's what happens when you get like older. And right, that goes up there. And so obviously he wanted to go shopping, so we did a couple of. I mean, we went to a factory outlet place. And then we just went to a big, like, regular shopping mall. And bought him some presents. And, you know, went for a meal afterwards. So he gets the presents and I got the food. Works for me. So that was that. It wasn't very exciting. I was around a little bit for, you know, things like YouTube. Most of the stuff I'd actually, you know, I was organised, as you know, from other videos where I've mentioned it. That I pre-filmed things in the attempt to be organised, but obviously that was the stuff that sort of, you know, covered while I was gone, but I wasn't filming while I was gone, so that's where it's been a little bit of a break between videos as I've got back. You know what it's like when you come back to work. You know, you come back off a holiday, and you know, you've got things that you have to sort out that, you know, needed to be dealt with, because it all happened while you wasn't sort of paying attention. But also, like, you need to get your brain back in gear. You have to find that routine again. And I've been really it doesn't take much to distract me, you know it doesn't. But I've found it really hard to concentrate those first few days back. Right, that's that done. 8:23, let's put that away. Yeah, so I've been really sort of fuzzy, flaky, more flaky than usual, confused. Because I spend my life confused. Wow. Right, let's do that one. And then the last one is all 939, so 3371. So, yeah, it was... Right, sorry. Let me just count, make sure I've done this right. I can't even remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, so I've just not been... Even though I've been back, like, obviously I had a million comments, because I've got 2 channels, so, you know, it's 2 channels worth of stuff to wade through, with comments and all things like that. So it was a bit quiet for me for a while, but hopefully I'm back now. Hopefully I'm starting to get back into my groove. And the other thing about it though, it's like, you know, it's like when you go on holiday, like you kind of eat when you like, or, you know, when you're hungry, and you just do things. Whereas once you're back, you have more of a lunchtime, dinner time, and then you find yourself hungry at all sorts of times. I woke up in the middle of the night. I was hungry. I guess because I'd eaten my dinner a bit earlier. When I got like my weekday routine is earlier than my holiday routine, because obviously I tend to go to sleep later as well. So like I'd eat later. And then I guess because I've been, the first couple of days, I had my dinner like earlier in the evening. I woke up at like 3 in the morning. I was like, oh, why am I hungry? I literally woke up from hunger. She's like, oh, silly body. Right. Okay, look at this. This is all going to be, oops. Oh, I've got that tilt thing. So that is all 939. So this is going to be fast. Well, easy. Let me put the 939 in a tray for start. Let's hope there isn't so much trash. But I think what I'll do is I'll do what I usually do. Well, I can start it off. I'll start off a little bit. Start off a little bit of 939. But I will time lapse through it, because, you know, there's only so much of... I thought twice about whether I should even do like this bit and do the sky. But I thought, I'm not going to lie, I thought it'd be nice and easy to do. To find me, you know, for me to like get back into it. I'm quite impressed actually. I thought I'd have square drills pinging off left, right and centre, because I haven't done any square drill work for 3 weeks either. Did I say the date? It's October the 7th. I think I did. I'm so not with it at the moment. I actually had to look up the date before I started, because I'm like, what day is it? Where am I? Oh, that is rubbish. But yeah, it's just it's been so long since I've done anything with tweezers. I thought I expected, like, to be honest, mayhem, and I've been pleasantly surprised, because as far as I know, let me take that one off as well. I've not made any mistakes. Though these are very, very easy squares to do. But yeah, even though the ones up the top, like the blue sky, is you know, blue, it is actually quite confetti heavy. So I thought, oh, I'll just chicken out. It's not the most exciting thing to watch this, what is mostly 939, but at least I won't mess it up. And I need to do some catching up. Right, that's got a lip on it. Because if you remember, I've got this app that tells me what date I'm going to finish by. Now, it doesn't oh, that's rubbish as well. The 939s of these are so trashy. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I've got this, like, the Stitch Pal app that tells you how many days it's, you know, at the speed you're going, what year you're finishing. But it doesn't update dynamically. So at the moment, it still says July 2042, if I carry on at this speed. because that's what it based it off the last time you put in the, you know, you calculate it. So I'll only find out the new date when I input today's amount of drills. And yeah, it's going to go up, isn't it? I reckon we're back in the 50s. Because at this early stage, like, it makes a big impact when you don't work on something for a while. But hopefully, because this has gone so well, hopefully it won't be too bad. Right, I'm just going to do this one more line, and then I'm going to time lapse you. Because, yeah, 939. And I started to wibble. You know, I thought I'd have loads to talk about. I was like, yeah, I've been on my holiday, and I've burned through it already. I'll have to go off and think of something else to talk about. But at least I've not talked about the weather yet. Oh no, I did talk about the weather, didn't I? Because I talked about the weather with the weather being nice when I was on holiday. Talk about that's got something on it. It's a very British thing to do, to talk about the weather. But I'm going to resist. No, I'm not. It's miserable today. I've got the light on because it's overcast. I was nearly going to work on this painting yesterday, but it was gorgeous sunny autumn day, and I had the balcony door open. It was just too nice not to. So yeah, I can't film when I have the door open because of the noise. So I was like, right, I'll do it tomorrow. Right, that's that. Let me just tick those off. I've already ticked those off. Right, I am going to go and time lapse you through back in a little bit. Right then, that's all that done. And it did all tally up. I had these visions of getting to the end. Just, you know what I'm like. I think, yeah, I've done it. And then it's always the last bit. Always the last bit. Where I find I made a mistake. But I didn't make a mistake. No mistakes today. I did have a few pinging drills. But, yeah. But that's probably because I was going fast. More than anything. Well, faster. That's the thing. I don't, when I do paint faster when I'm not talking, because I don't get distracted so much, and I tend to stop and do this a lot. But when I'm not talking, I go faster. But that just, in a way, that's just like more opportunity for me to have flying drills. But let's do those three. Bam, bam, bam. Tick those off. And we are incident free. I should get one of those. They have those little signs like in the workplaces, don't they, that they put up on the wall. X amount of days since our last incident. Right, so I think what I'm going to do, as that did go well, let's just do the other two squares. Oh, nearly spilt my drills. Right, let's move that over. Oh, have I done? No. That's because just where I trimmed it, I pulled off the no, go on straight. Do that. Pulled off, you know, like it has like smooth back on the paper, and just where I trimmed it with the thingy scalpel, that's it, words. And I peeled it off to rip it off. I did that just before I started filming today, and there was just like a tiny little bit there, and that's why it stuck. Right, so we're going to go to cross. I'm picking up my drills. I haven't actually moved my pattern keeper. That would be good, wouldn't it? I'm going to be bold. I'm going to stick with the 939 and hope nothing goes wrong. I over trimmed it a little bit there, didn't I? I'll have to fix that afterwards. Or maybe I'll do it later. If I can come back this afternoon, maybe I'll come back. I mean, it'd be a bit OCD because it jut out, but oh, I've got no excuse for going fast there, have I? Right, but yes, that's that all done. mind, hopefully. Well, I mean, it's still quite early. It's just coming up to noon. I need food. Perhaps I should. If I start losing the plot, you know, it's because I've not eaten. I've not had my lunch yet. I always skip breakfast as well. Oh, that's trash. So yes, hopefully my tummy won't rumble. But I don't know. I'm on a roll. So who knows? Maybe I'll be back this afternoon. Oh, I had to clear my throat there. Got a little bit croaky. I'll do that again. I had a trash drill. I've got the 939 pot right here, and I've got the trash drill pot right there, and I put the trash drill back into the 939s, which means I'll just find it later. I'll be like, oh, there's so much trash. Yeah, it's the same trash over and over, because I remember I did that last time as well. But yeah, if I can do more than 500 in a day without really planning to, because I didn't think I would. I mean, hang on, how long have I been? I did set the timer. I started it just before I started the video. So 43 minutes so far, which is really good. Usually it takes me... Oh, I messed up my thing now. Normally, when there's like an amount of confetti, it's about 20 minutes a square. And if there's lots of confetti, it takes even longer. Or if I mess it up. But generally, on a good day, anything less than 20 minutes, that's good. So the fact that I've already done 3 in 45 minutes is amazing. I'm on fire. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that it had lots of colour blocking. And I didn't mess it up. Funny how it speeds me up when if I don't make mistakes. Right, let's talk of the mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That goes there. I have to be careful because I didn't put my line in, but it's only 2 squares. I get less confused on 2 squares. She says, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look! Oh my god! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't underdo it. I mean, I didn't overdo it. I underdid it. Oh, that means everything has to move over one. Wow. I should have known from there. Look, why didn't you tell me? Look, there's a row of drills there. I should have known. Oh, look, and I can see the lines darker now. Oh, how rude. Oh, I'm just going to fold that. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. I'm not going to get scissors out just for that. Right. Okay. It's not. It's okay. It's okay. It's simple and quick. I just need to just move everything over one. And this is why I don't push down hard on the drills. Actually, I don't need to do that. I just need to do that, don't I? Oops. Right. Okay. So we just need to move this one from here. Oh, come on. To there. Now, what did I do with the drill? Because I need that one back up there. Right. So, these are just 2 rows. Wow. What a muppet. That's what happens. I get all cocky. I was too busy congratulating myself on the back about not making a mistake. Oh, that's just scratched that, so we'll put that in the trash. Sorry, drill, rest in peace. You can always feel it. It makes this big scratchy noise. And it gouges a big chunk out. Right, so that's those 2 fixed. So I'm just going to lay that down. So we've got the paper right up against the edge. And then that moves over 1. Those move over 2. Okay, we got this. It could have been worse. It could have been like last time where I was halfway through the square that I realised that I'd gone wrong. Right, so that's, so we've got 3 there and 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Okay, we're back in business. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It never happened. You saw nothing. Right, what a muppet. Put that there. Yes, okay. Now I'm good, but now what happens is, because I make a mistake, I then go to the other extreme and I get really paranoid and like I double check everything. So that, something's there wrong there. Was one, and then that goes there. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, every other drill. Okay, we're back in business. Now let me sort out these drills, because as we're still on the 939, I have to keep an extra close eye on out for trash, because it's not so much the little sticky out bits, the little knobbles. No, stop. It's the when you get the little lips, because the lips are see-through. The knobbles are like solid blue, so you can see them and it's not a problem. I don't know why I did it like that. But when it's the lips are like almost see-through, but they're there and they still push the drills up, so they're worse. And there's a lot of lips on these drills. Right, so we didn't want 5 of these. 2. You see, I nearly made another mistake there, even though I just said how paranoid I was. I'm checking myself. 3, 4. There. Look, that's how dire a situation it got to. I'm back to counting. Counting out loud. No, we're fine. We're good. We're good. We're alright. So this is a solid row of 939. Do you know what? Let's do the odd ones. We'll do that one. And that one. And then there's a gap of 2. 1, 2, and then it goes there. One. Oh, there was 2 drills there. Oh, now that one's upside down, it's fighting me. Right, come on. Oh, it's all going downhill. And that looks, one of these drills has got a knobble on. Now which one is it? I can tell because they're not sitting together closely. Which one is it? It's that one. It's the one that was down. Okay. What's it doing? There. There. And there. I don't know how that moved up there. Right. That is sticky. Why are you sticking? Why are you gliding around? Why are you gliding around? I know that's sticky. Listen to it. There's something on the drills. Do you know what? I'm just going to put them there because it doesn't matter for the moment. And they will probably stick down when I roll it. Maybe there's something on the bottom of the drill. I don't understand. Right, I'm not going to overthink it because that's where it's all going wrong. So yeah, while I was, I just had to pause because of the time lapse, and it was perfect timing because I had an Amazon package come. I got some colouring books for Halloween. So if anybody's on my colouring channel, you'll have already seen them because, you know. I don't understand. I can feel it. It's literally sticky. And yet, those few drills there. I wonder if that one is as well. That one's alright. I think it must be where the edge of the paper was and the air has got to it, and I don't think It's still sticky, but it must do something to the surface. Oh, I'm trying to look. I'm so distracted. I'm putting it upside down. I'm putting them on because I'm going with the theory that it's going to take longer to just properly bond. And if it doesn't, I'll get out the tacky glue and just stick it down. I mean, I intend to seal this whole painting at the end, but obviously that's going to be at the end. That's the first time I've had drills that have really... Oh, actually, no, maybe I do remember. Somewhere up here, I had ones that was a bit... They just slid a little bit. But if I recall, if that's not my memory playing tricks on me, then it did fix itself. It took a little bit longer for it to bond. Right. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just get the rest of this 939 down, and I will time lapse some more. I'll just get it through because it's the same. I think it's the same 3 colours. There might be one extra colour there. That looks like a different symbol. But I'll come back for that at the end of the time lapse. So that's those 3. Tick. Yeah. Yeah. Right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. See if that. Yeah, it's a bit. That's a bit weird. It's just weird. I mean, it is sticking, but I can move it. That probably won't be a problem. If it is, I'll deal with it then. Now, I must admit, if I lose a drill, look, I just tried to put that one upside down. I am completely losing the plot now. If I do lose a drill from in the middle of this, it's going to be quite hard figuring out from Pattern Keeper which one it is. There's going to be a lot of counting going on. So yes, that's 700 and no, even that wouldn't be enough if it went in the middle. So 4,530 drills across and 679 drills down. What was it? What colour was it? Yeah. Let's hope I don't lose any drills. I won't. It'll be fine. Everything will be okay. This canvas has been very good till that. So it's just weird because I've never had it done with I've had it go all slippery slidey with poured glue, but I've never had it done with double-sided sticky tape. Or maybe because it's got cold. I know sometimes atmosphere affects things as well, doesn't it? Right, so I'll do, what have we got here? 5 across here. The kids are out from the school on their lunch break. So if you hear the occasional scream, that's them. That's not my inner screams coming out. It's the kids. Oh, I need more 939 anyway. Let's chuck that in. See if I can find that bad drill again that I had. It had masses of lip on it. Right. Okay, so that. But yeah, well, now, where was I? Do you know what? You know what I'm like. I just get so... There's the bad... Well, there's a bad one. I don't know if it's the same one. You know what I'm like? It only takes one small little thing to throw me for a loop. And that's it. I lose it. It's like I lose my rhythm. Okay. Those 6, but I am going to tick these off very strictly because that's another reason why I'm going wrong if I don't tick it off. So that one's over there. I should probably download my footage as well. And check my email. Work. Didn't think of that. I was getting so into my doing this painting. I meant to stop and check my email after I'd done the 3 squares. But that's okay, because I did the 3 squares quicker than I expected. Right, so we want, just make sure I'm doing that right, yes. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I might as well have gone to time lapse. I've gone quiet because now that I've realised my phone's going to run out of memory, I'm like, I've got to rush. 1, 2. But yes, so October. I am starting to get into the Halloween mood. I've been working on my Drills and Chills painting, which I will talk about after I've done the time lapse, actually, because, you know, if I'm going to stop the camera, then I don't want to rush that, because then I won't have anything to talk about afterwards. Remind me to talk about Drills and Chills. You can do that, right? Right. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, stop. You can tell I'm rushing. Rushing, not Russian. Okay, 1, do that. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's all the 939 done. I am going to switch to what's next. Let me just tick those off. Right, I'm going to switch to 823 next, and I'm going to do that on the time lapse. So I will be back in a little bit. Right, nearly there. This is 3371. So I did make a note of what I was talking about before I started the time lapse. Go free. He was meant for freedom. Right. So yeah. So I've been working on my Drills and Chills, and as you know, well, you might not know, but I did do a kitting up video for the Pink Rose as well, which is a Diamond Art Studio canvas. Because last month my Drills and Chills progress was going really well, and I was starting to not panic, but it occurred to me that I might, at that rate, I was going to finish it early. And then obviously I went on holiday, but I was also a bit busy the week before. Ironically busy because I was filming videos. Right, that's 3371. By the way, I poked around at those drills that were slippery before, and they stopped being slippery. So yeah, I don't know what it's all about, but it fixed itself. When in doubt, leave something and it'll fix itself. Right. So yeah, I was busy that week before I went on holiday, so I didn't get to work on my Drills and Chills much. And then, so in that one I was all like, oh yeah, I'm really worried I'll finish early. Of course now I'm back. I'm like, hang on, it's already nearly the end of the first week of October. Right, I just need one of these. So this is a maroon. Oh, that reminds me, maroon. That reminds me, I should do a hidden word at the end, shouldn't I? Yeah, not a hidden word, like a code word. That game. That's funny. I love all your answers, by the way. It's really cool. I love all the things you come up with. What was the last one? Was that peanut butter? For me, it was ages ago. I can't even remember. Anyway, okay. So those done. Do you know what? I'm going to carry on because that's what I am. I'm a rebel. So let's go down to here. I don't know if I'll do all 5, but I can definitely do. Right. So let me make sure I count these. That's 5, 6. So that's definitely 10. Where's my pen? yeah, so I was like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I'm getting ahead with my drills and chills. Maybe I'm a bit worried that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that's definitely the line. The trouble is, there's dark lines on this, and then there's semi-dark lines on it, and I'm like, sometimes I can get confused myself. Which are the dark lines and which are the darker lines? Right, I'm just going to do the whole lot there. And so, of course, I'm all sort of kitted up for the pink rose. And well, I'm such a klutz. There's some things that I've ticked off that I shouldn't have, just because it was in the... I've got fat fingers. That all went smoothly, apart from I did find one drill that I ticked it off, but I hadn't placed it. I do that because I have fat fingers, apparently. And yeah, so now, third week of, nearly pretty much the end of the first week of October. And suddenly I'm like, wow, it was all going well. And now, suddenly I'm not in panic mode, but I'm thinking, right, I need to, I definitely need to work deliberately, intentionally work on my drills and chills canvas, because right, I'm going to cover that up. Let's aim for 2 at the start. No, I'm wild. Let's do 3. I can do this. Yeah, so if I do it as the drills and chills as colour and chat, WIP and chat, that'll happen if I don't catch up, because that's like an opportunity for me to actually painting on camera means that it's like extra time to, it's like a 2 for 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, I'm just gonna go because I am doing well for time, so I'm gonna go for it. So this is back onto the 310. And but I will be time lapsing most of this, because it's pretty much the same as what's before, which is black, dark blue, darker blue, brown. And yeah, while I'm time lapsing, I'll try and think of some magical. I don't even know why I said magical. It doesn't have to be magical. It can just be a word for you to all say at the end. Well, not at the end, but in the comments. If you stick it out to the end, then you can think up some witty remark. I do chuckle sometimes when I see all those. So anyway, let me just tick these off, and we'll go back to speeding through. Speeding, you know what I'm like. Speed is a relative term. Anyway, I'm wibbling. Let me just go. Okay, so 3834, back to this one, a little splash of colour. I had a little incident with the clock. Just before I started the time lapse, I thought I better just check my timer, because I get really paranoid about it not being switched on, forgetting to switch it on. And when I checked, not only was it not running, but it was blank. It was back to 0. So I think what I must have done, instead of pressing start, I must have pressed reset. Oops. Fortunately, I knew it was about it was as good as exactly on an hour before I started the last session, and I think I did about 20 minutes. So I mean, it could have been worse. I could have had no clue. But I guess it pays to be paranoid sometimes, because it meant I caught it. Right. So that's the 3834. Do you know what? It's going so well. I'm going to do it. Now, I nearly put the drills back in the wrong pot. Oh, no, I didn't. They're both 3/8, 3 or 4. Right. So, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do these last 2 squares. I'm going to stick around and chat for a bit while I do it. And I've just got a little bit of a groove here where I've cut the paper. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll fix that after I'm off camera. I'm going to put a bit of washi tape, just because it's just a millimetre or so. So let's do this. Right, so I don't have any 3/8, 3 4. In fact, it looks like, so it's just the 3/10. It's the same usual candidates. Let's get the worst one over and done with. No, I won't submit you to that. Let's do 3/10. I'll do 3/10 and no, look, I'm talking myself out of it already. I'm going to do 8/23. 8/23, then 3/10, 9/39 last. Because seriously, I'm over the 9/39. I think the next time I'll work on this painting. Like, I mean, I love that this has actually been like, it's colour blocking. I think it's about as close as it's ever going to get to colour blocking on this. And look, I put the pen in there. Even that I got wrong. Good job. It's on my radar. That's meant to be there. Trick me once, shame on me. No, shame on you. No, what is it? Oh, I can't even get that right. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right, okay. This is where I just do it to myself. Right, so 4 there. Just we'll get that down. But can't remember what I was saying. Lost it. Lost the plot. Oh yeah. No, I do know what I was going to say. So I think the next time I'm going to work on this painting, I'm going to go back up the top and we'll have some blue sky, because I'm kind of over the 939. And you know, it's nice to have a little bit of colour blocking now and then, but I buy Max Colours because I love confetti. I love it, even though it's slower and it's a pain and I'm more prone to mistakes and yeah, all those things. I love it because it just keeps me on my toes a bit more. And yeah, it's not only is it colour blocking for the most part here, but like the colours are very close, because we've got the 939 and the 823 are virtually identical, and both of them are very close to the 310. So whilst today it's been good, it's suited me today because I wanted to have a big, it suited me to have a big binge, because it's going to be 1,000 drills. I've never done 1,000 drills in one video, one single sitting, that's the word. So that's good, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if not for so much colour blocking. But I'm over it. I'm over it for a bit. 939, the 939 here is doing my head in, because the drills are like out to trap me. So I think I just need a rest from that. And yeah, and next week, once I've got this out of the way, because I've done a nice big wedge of 1,000 drills, big wedge. I've got 412,000 to go, or whatever. But you know what I mean. In one sitting. And yeah, so it suited me today, but I'm over it. And next time I'll be back to the confetti. And for the change of colour, I think that's hang on, 1, 2, yes. That is like a weird psychological thing with me. Like I can do the same thing over and over and over again, as long as it's in a different colour. It doesn't really matter if the colour's vastly similar. So I suppose, for all my wibbling, I didn't mind it too much. I didn't mind the colours being so close, but just like the big wedges of colour, I find that a bit dull. But if I'd been changing colours all the time, and it was more scattered, I'd not be so antsy. But yeah, these 939 drills are a bit of a mess. I mean, it could be worse. Oops, come on. But they are fairly bad. Well, it's just really noticeable because they're so much worse than the rest of the drills that I got from Evermoment. So it stands out. One more of those, and that goes there. Right. Do you know what? While the time lapse was going, I was thinking, what can I talk about? And I try to stay away from political things because, reasons, because obvious reasons, I imagine. Right, no, that's the 939. Let's do the 310. But I'm sure you've heard of it. Well, if you're in the UK, you will have heard it all going down. But I did notice that it had made international news. So we have this situation, shall we say, with petrol, gas, just, for filling the cars at the moment. And, it's just such a mess. And it's starting to calm down now. But it looked like to the rest of the world, it looked like, I know the US headline I saw, it was like, the shock, Brexit affects things. And obviously it has. I think anybody who says, no, that goes there. Anybody who says that Brexit isn't a part of this needs their head examined. But anyway, not getting into political stuff, right? I just want to say, for the record, for anybody outside of the UK who might not be aware of what's going on, right? Because there was big queues at petrol stations and stuff like that. Let me just say, this is like the toilet roll situation all over again. So we had a shortage. We have a shortage of truck drivers and things like that to haul stuff around, and the petrol industry was affected a little bit. And a few stations ran out. A few petrol stations ran out of fuel, and so there was queuing. And then a few more ran out, and obviously it was a situation, but it was like a small situation in a specific area, like in the southeast, I think it was, and it got reported on the news, which I think is fair enough. A lot of people have said, they shouldn't have reported that because it just makes people panic. Right, but I don't think that's the right mindset to have. You shouldn't say we won't tell anybody because they're stupid, which is what it boils down to. But you can't do that. You can't assume that because where does it stop? Where do they say, well, we don't tell the masses that because it's not in their best interest to know. Thank you. I'd like to make that decision, not you. So I do think, the news should report things like that. Trouble is, nothing is learned. Nothing is ever learned. So the fact that it reported that some places had run short on fuel, everybody and their wife's uncle's pet cat went out and bought fuel. Well, not everybody, because there was some sensible people who all got penalised for it. I have a friend who... I think that they started reporting it on about, I don't know, maybe the Wednesday or something. Wednesday or the Thursday. And so she didn't go out to buy petrol for her car because, that's what everybody else was doing. And she was like determined not to be part of the problem. Anyway, come Sunday and she had like 12 miles left drive distance in her car and everywhere was at fuel. So she was a bit stressed. So that is the annoying thing about it. When people do like that whole silly situation, like if nobody had reacted, if people hadn't reacted the way they'd reacted, no, up there. If people hadn't just all rushed out to fill out their cars, it wouldn't have been a problem. It would have been over it in a week. But, that's not how it goes. We all have to have toilet roll. Or in this case, petrol. But yeah, you'd think after the last year of, that whole panic buying situation, that people would have learned that actually, like, the problem is caused by everybody doing it at the same time, not because it's actually running out. You make it run out. Anyway, so long story short, if that has made your news and you're in a different country, most of that problem, like 80% of that problem, was down to toilet roll syndrome. I don't know why I was thinking about that. I was thinking about it while the time lapse was going. Mostly because I was annoyed by it, probably. But what do people think of us outside of this country? They must think we're raging idiots. And in many respects, they would not be wrong. Because we do make a meal of it sometimes. Anyway, let's talk about something a bit more cheerful than running out of petrol. I mean, I was lucky. A lot of that happened while I was on holiday, and it was in the second part of our holiday, our second week. So we was at home, so it didn't really affect us. It all calmed down again by the time the other half had to go back to work, because he does have to drive to work. So that would have been annoying, because there's no public transport here. He works really, like, he's in the building construction industry, and they all have like crack of dawn hours. So he's like off to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I guess there wouldn't be many queues there, no, I suppose. But my point was, he wouldn't have been able to get public transport because, like, nothing would run at that time. But yeah, perhaps he would have been able to find an all-night garage that had some petrol left. But yeah. Oh well. Let me find something nicer to talk about. If we find something nicer to talk about, then I can use that as my keyword, comic keyword. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'm going to go to the time lapse in now, because we're going to do 939, and that's just going to make me use bad words instead of those are words I don't want in the comments. Right, back in a sec. Right, you missed a few. I ran out of memory and I didn't even notice on the time lapse. I don't think it was that bad, but there's a few drills not there. But this seems like a good time to come back anyway. I was too busy cursing these 939s. But yeah, so we're back. Let's just do this. It was a good time to come back anyway, because now we can talk about a word. I was thinking about it. I was like, I can think up something, to do with the conversation. I had a holiday. I could talk about going to the village that wasn't a village, or talk about food, or go for walks, or the deers in the park. I was like, or I could just pick some really, really random, quirky word, and it's like, yeah, fit that into a sentence. And which one do you think I'm going to go for? I think I'm going to go for something weird. I haven't actually decided on my weird word yet. Wait, that doesn't tie up. Does it? 3, 5. No, that isn't even meant to be there. That is one blue too many. I can see it's blue, thankfully. That's the 823. Right. Okay, get off. Sticky. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to pick some totally random word, and the challenge is going to be to fit it into a sentence that doesn't make you sound completely bonkers. Good luck with that. Oh, come on. Go. And the other thing is I checked that I stopped the clock when I came in here. I stopped the clock when I left here to download my phone. And it was 1 hour and 15. And I thought, oh, that's a nice tidy number. And then I came back to start it just now. It was blank again. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I might have pressed the wrong button once, but I definitely wouldn't have done it a second time. So something must be resetting the clock. And I don't know what. And I don't know why, more to the point, because it's always been fine before. So that puts me at, 2 hours 35 plus now. Did I start the clock? I don't think I did. started it now. So yeah, 2035 plus whatever I've done here. I'm like, what? So it has turned into quite a long session. I didn't even plan it that way. I thought I was only going to do like 3 squares. But you know, just sometimes you hit the zone. Sometimes you're in the mood for it and like everything, you just want to do more. And I have really missed this painting. I did miss being able to do this specific painting. I didn't do much diamond painting anyway during my holiday, but I specifically missed this one. And you guys, oh come on. But yeah, like I was in the zone. I'm like, you know what, let's just do it. Because sometimes, and then there's other days I'll be like, oh, I want to do loads, which is kind of what it was like the last video that I did. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's have a big day. And I just messed up so many things. But I know what I get like as well sometimes. It's like the more I think about it in advance, the more like I tend to mess it up. It's like if if somebody says, right, do your signature, do not make a mistake. If you do it, you'll ruin everything. And suddenly, that signature that you've been doing all your life just becomes like a high pressure moment, and like you mess it up. I'm like, oh, or maybe that's just me. But like things like that, like, or like when people are watching you and you're doing something you've done all the time, loads of times before, no problem. But the minute you like want to do something, like specifically with a deadline, I don't know, there's something in my head that rebels and says, no, think again. You can forget all that. Just me? Does that happen to you? I don't know. Please tell me it happens to you. Because otherwise I'm just like, oh my God. You're a disaster area. Right. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to do this and I'm not going to mess it up. I can't mess it up really. I've only got 939 left. So it's only if I've already made a mistake. Is that wonky? Yes, that's got a thing on it. Sometimes you can't see the little bits on the corner. It's only when you see that for some reason it's not sitting straight and it's not snuggled up, snuggly buggly next to its neighbour. You know that one or the other, someone has got like a knobble on it somewhere. Tick those off. So yes, let's think about our word. And our word is... Did I do it? Oh, I've done that one. No, I've done that one wrong as well. That's a black one, isn't it? Oh no, that is the 823. I must have forgotten that I placed it. Story of my life. I must have forgot. So let's think up some weird random word for you. What can it be? Maybe food related. No, I did food last time, didn't I? Well, the peanut butter. Let's choose... Do you know what? I'm not even much of a reader, so I can't even pick some random thing from a book. But I have bought a new diamond painting. That's one. It's going to come in an unboxing. I actually bought 2 from a new company, a UK company called Prism. So I would have done that. Would have been something that was meant to land while I was away on holiday, but I had a minor problem with one of them. That meant I had to contact the seller. So you'll see what happened there in the video. But that should be coming soon. But one of the paintings is loosely, it's not directly, I don't think, but it's kind of loosely thematically themed on Alice in Wonderland. So let's go with that, and we'll say Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat. And there you go. If you're American, I know this is, I'm not going to say it's a bugbear, because obviously it's not. People say things differently. But I know a lot of Americans mispronounce it, because we do funny things with language. It's not even anybody's fault. It's just like, we know there's a lot of times we don't say things how we spell them, basically. So a lot of people say Cheshire, and like but the emphasis is on that bit. It's not. There's Cheshire. Chess as in the game, Shire as in almost like, you know, I can turn back time. Cheshire cat. There you go. You're welcome. But that's what I want to see in the comments. Your thoughts about Alice in Wonderland or the Cheshire Cat, or just, you know, surprise me with something a bit far out there. You do get bonus points for getting it in the sentence, and the wackier the sentence, the more you make me laugh, the bigger the bonus points. Just right. So we're done. Let's just right. I'll put the 939 away in a minute. Let's just tick these off. Oh, you can always tell when I've pressed the wrong button. It's like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, first of all, let's stop the clock. Stop. Right, so that was another 6 minutes and 20. So let's just say, what did I say it was? I can't even remember what I said it was. 2:35? I'll double check it when I edit the video. But let's just say it's been 2 hours 40. So that's quite a long time. But here's, oh, let's zoom. I need to take the rotate off. Right then, this is what we've got. So we did 2 rows. Whoops, 1,000 stitch today. 1.8%. Baby footsteps. What I'll do is, as usual, as I've done the last couple of times, is I'll put a picture of what I've done today, because like this is hanging over the top of the easel now, so I can't even take an easy picture of this. An easy picture on the easel. So yeah, I will put a picture of the progress as a whole at the end of the video. And let's just look at Stitch Pal. My God, this is the one that's going to be yes. Okay, so if you remember, that's how we left it the last time. So I was due to finish it on the 30th of July 2042. And yeah, so let's put in what we've done today, which is 1,000. When were you stitching? Well, I started about 10:30. I mean, it's 3 o'clock now. Obviously, I did my usual where I didn't mention it, but I did sneak away, check my emails, and I did have some lunch or some point during that as well. And how long did you stitch? What did I say? Oh, I have the worst memory. 2 hours 40, didn't I say? We decided on. Close enough that it doesn't really matter. Let's see what our calculator gives us now. Oh, it wasn't too bad. I thought we'd be back in the 2050s, but look, it's the 1st of October 2043. So it added on, like, what was it? Did I say the end of July? So basically it added on 14 months. And yeah, all right. So that's not so bad. I honestly, I thought not doing it for 3 weeks, anything for 3 weeks, it would be add on like a decade. So all right, we're just over a year. Right. So that is it for the day. Remember, give us a big cheesy smile, that Cheshire Cat. And thank you so much for watching. It's good to be back. And yeah, see you all again very soon. Bye for now. Bye.